Hello everyone, it's Kathleen at Greencubeorchids. It is mid-June. My greenhouse is wonderfully cool today. And I do have some beauties that are blooming. I fertilized this morning. And my husband and I spent the time and energy to cover the greenhouse again this year because where I live in Oregon, I'm in the Willamette Valley, and we are going to have the hottest, driest summer on record here. And this one's going over, and this beauty has opened up, and I love her. I love these cattleyas. I think they're neat. But anyway, we're expected to have a long, hot, dry summer this year. And my greenhouse size is about 11 by 10. And I have good air circulation, but I do not have an exhaust system in my greenhouse. But anyway, that being said, in the summertime when it's 90 degrees outside, the temperature in my greenhouse, I have a lot of orchids mounted too, but that thermometer up there on the wall, it will easily read 100, 120. I've seen it top out at 120. And last year we had so many heat waves and high temperatures for extremely long periods of time that we didn't cover the greenhouse roof, and the orchids were way too hot. And it's amazing how in Oregon, your greenhouse can get way too hot in the months of July and August. You cannot control the temperatures. I had about 30 orchids die last year, especially the ones that were up high and mounted. They were so sunburnt. I had so many that got so sunburnt they just turned black. This little one is alive. She survived barely. She has damaged leaves. I'm gonna have to just cut those off. I was waiting to see what happens to her. But in my experience with sunburn, you get sunburnt on your orchids, the leaves turn black. Then after they get black, they get soft. Then the rot sets in. They develop bacterial infections and they cannot recuperate. They just turn to mush and die. But anyway, I am so happy. We talked about it, my husband and I told him yesterday, I said, honey, I don't care if I go without orchid blooms this summer. I do not want my orchids to die with heat exhaust and stress and severe sunburn. So I have the green shade cloth on my greenhouse, and it is 65%. And I have to tell you that 65% on a roof where you're getting 95 and 100-degree weathers for several days in a row, the sun intensity has gotten worse. It's harder to maintain the proper temperatures for your plants. And after trying it 1 year, we discovered that the plants like the milder temperatures that the permanent shade gives. I don't get sunburnt leaf tips on my cattleyas. Nothing overheats. And you can have 95 and 100-degree weather outside as long as they have the shade over the roof of the greenhouse. They don't burn. They don't die. And you don't have the sun problem. That being said, it is going to be almost 100 degrees here for the next 4 days. We got this put up just in time last night for the hot season to start, and it's only mid-June. This is early, it's unheard of, and I'm just making sure I'm prepared, and I am not going to have sunburnt orchids this year. Not going to lose any. And I talked to Yoshi and told him what I was doing. He goes, "Oh no, it's not like that up here." I go, "Well, it is down here, and you guys are a lot cooler up in Washington than Oregon is." And that being said, he's fortunate. Washington is cooler. Where I am, it's a valley and it stays hot because we're in between the mountain ranges. It's farmland. And I forgot about the cochleata. Ooh, I think it's cute. And it likes it in the shade. Everything will do great. It's bright, indirect light. And they're protected. They'll be warm, cool in the evening, and perfectures. Perfect for intermediate growing. So, happy growing, everybody. Do what you have to keep your orchids alive in the severe heat and sun weather. Yeah. Happy growing. Keep your orchids cool and not sunburnt. Moist, humidity, cool weather. The cymbidiums are out in the heat, but they'll survive. They're tough. Happy growing. Have a great day. And hope you enjoyed it and you can glean some knowledge out of taking care of your orchids and keeping them from cooking in the heat. Bye.